So as you can tell by my outfit today, we're going to be talking about the EU Nature Restoration Law. Hey sinners, how are you? It's been a hot second. Happy Pride Month, Malta and Gozo. Yes, in my country we celebrate Pride in September because climate change makes June here unbearable. Now when it comes to Mother Nature, she's pretty gay, hence the outfit. And the censored nipples. No, seriously, the OG green bar on the 8-stripe Gilbert Baker Pride flag, which was released in 1978, actually symbolized nature. The more you know. And speaking of Mother Nature, on August 18th, 2024, just a couple of weeks before we're filming this, the EU Nature Restoration Law came into force after the EU Council and Parliament finally gave the last green lights back in June and February respectively. The Nature Restoration Law, which is... Wait, I need to change. My nipples are cold. Ah, god damn it. That's better. See how I wear this t-shirt to further underline this is a tangentially pride-related episode? Very mindful. One might even say demure. The Nature Restoration Law, which is the first of its kind, came about following the 2020 assessment by the European Environment Agency. This highlighted a number of stressors on the EU's ecosystems and biodiversity, including pollution, climate change, habitat loss, and invasive species. You know, the 4 genders of the nature apocalypse. In brief, 80% of the EU's habitats are in poor condition, 1 in 10 butterfly and bee species are at risk of extinction, Maltese bee episode coming very soon, and 70% of EU soils are unhealthy, which is, what's the word? Bad. However, the Nature Restoration Law aims to reverse this by giving Mother Nature a leg up. With this law in place, a binding target at the EU level will require all member states to put restoration measures in place, covering at least 20% of all land and sea areas by 2030. And by 2050, such measures need to be in place for all areas and ecosystems that require restoration. And also, just to clarify for any local politicians and members of parliament who may or may not be watching this video, these areas do specifically include agricultural ecosystems and, you guessed it, urban areas. Because in case it bears repeating, chopping down trees and turning Malta and Gozo's concrete hellscape into what has essentially become the most depressing game of Tetris sent to the color scheme of a My Chemical Romance music video from the mid-2000s is, as the kids say, not a good look. With proper enforcement in place, depending on the member state that you live in, you can expect things like removing non-native plants, improving connectivity between habitats, and limiting chemical and pesticide use. Look, if we do this correctly, we are looking at 3 billion new trees planted in the EU by 2030, no net loss of green spaces in urban areas, increasing tree cover in cities, the reversal of pollinator loss, and that is not even getting into all the free benefits of Mother Nature doing her thing. Raw materials, medicines, food, water, fertile land, mental health, baby, and yes, CO2 absorption, which in turn helps lessen the effects of climate change. After all, Mother Nature is, in the words of Kim Petras, a superpowered bitch. You can find out more about the EU Nature Restoration Law, as well as a full episode transcript and all sources up in the link in bio. Don't forget your reusable bottles for the Pride March, stay away from fast fashion at this month's many queer parties, don't be like JK Rowling, and have a happy Pride, everyone.